My coworker stole my lunch every day, so I gave him a surprise. For 3 weeks, Derek had been taking my sandwich from the office fridge and pretending it never happened. Every morning, I'd put my homemade lunch in the communal fridge with my name clearly written on the bag. Every afternoon, I'd find it gone, and Derek would be sitting at his desk looking suspiciously satisfied while picking lettuce out of his teeth. "Hey, Derek, seen my lunch?" I'd ask. He'd shrug and say, "Nope, maybe someone threw it away by mistake." Meanwhile, there were literally crumbs on his keyboard and my Tupperware container sitting empty in his trash can. I tried everything, hiding my lunch behind other items, putting it in different containers, even writing "Do not take Mike's lunch" in huge letters with permanent marker. Nothing worked. Derek was a lunch-stealing machine with zero shame. The final straw came when I brought leftover birthday cake from my daughter's party. I was saving it for a rough afternoon, but Derek devoured it before 10 a.m. That's when I decided war was the only option, so I decided to make him a special sandwich. I spent my weekend crafting the most beautiful turkey and Swiss on sourdough bread you've ever seen. Thick slices, premium deli meat, fresh lettuce, heirloom tomatoes, the works. It looked like something from a gourmet deli. The secret ingredient? I loaded it with my grandmother's homemade ghost pepper sauce that she'd sent me from New Mexico. The stuff was so hot, it came with a warning label written in 3 languages and a skull emoji. I carefully spread the sauce between the meat and cheese so it wouldn't be visible. Then I wrapped it in my usual brown paper bag with Mike's lunch, written in cheerful blue ink. Monday morning, I put my special sandwich in the fridge and waited like a hunter in a blind. Sure enough, by noon it was gone and Derek was at his desk, looking pleased with himself, probably thinking he'd scored another free gourmet meal. Then the show began. About 20 minutes after lunch, Derek's face started turning red, then purple. He began sweating profusely and gulping water like he'd been lost in a desert for days. "You okay, Derek?" I asked innocently, barely containing my glee. He couldn't even speak, just made weird gasping sounds while tears streamed down his face and his nose started running like a faucet. He ran to the bathroom and stayed there for an hour. We could hear him through the walls, coughing, groaning, and what sounded like him talking to God. When he came back, his hair was soaked with sweat and he looked like he'd seen death personally. "Someone," he wheezed, barely able to form words. "Someone poisoned the turkey sandwich in the fridge. I think I need to go to the hospital." "Oh no," I said with Oscar-worthy concern. "That was mine. I'm so sorry you accidentally ate it. I have a rare digestive condition that requires extremely spicy food for my metabolism. I should have labeled it better." Derek stared at me in horror as the realization hit like a second wave of ghost peppers. He'd been stealing my lunch for weeks, and I'd just proven it in the most painful way possible. The best part? Derek was so embarrassed about getting caught that he confessed everything to HR, thinking he was reporting a food poisoning incident that would get me in trouble. HR called us both in for a meeting. Derek explained how he'd accidentally eaten my sandwich and got sick from the spices, demanding I be written up for bringing dangerous food to work. "So, you're saying you took someone else's clearly labeled lunch?" the HR manager asked, raising an eyebrow. Derek's face went even redder than the ghost peppers had made it. "Well, technically, yes, but that's not the point here. I got an official apology, Derek got written up for theft, and nobody ever touched my lunch again. In fact, people started asking me to label my food with spice warnings just in case. Sometimes the best revenge is just giving someone exactly what they're already taking."